Get ready, because this thing's coming. The economic epidemic that would literally touch every household in America. New beginnings are not negotiable. Everybody does them. I've done many of these. The economy, as you know, it's going to change. You will get through this. How long does it take you to get through it? And what does life look like for you on the other side?
Good morning. Welcome to the 10X Automotive Weekly. My name is Jeff Bounds, and I am the head of automotive with Grant Cardone and Cardone Automotive Resources. And this is the 10X Automotive Weekly. We do this every single Friday at 10 a.m. for the automotive industry to provide the motivation, inspiration, and key sales tips to get your dealership to the next level. So hope everybody's continuing to push through these uncertain circumstances. And the message that I'm going to be talking about today are 3 ways that we can continue to stay motivated in uncertain times. The one thing that I want to open up this show with is something that's been on my mind, and I feel that's very important to have this discussion. You know, sometimes in life, when we run into uncertainty or we're forced to change, it gives us the opportunity to reflect on how we can pivot and move forward. And with this, I think more than anything else, we're all starting to see, especially in the automotive industry, that we need to embrace change and we need to be prepared for the future. I firmly believe that digital retailing, modern retailing is being pushed forward now. And for many of us that were not looking to implement that inside of our businesses, I can guarantee you that after this is something that we want to bring front and center and really start to put our attention on. Because the most challenging thing for us is when our business is closed, like many of them are now, it kind of handicaps us to not be able to move forward. So if you do have the opportunity to run a virtual showroom, give your customers the opportunity to be able to shop online. So not just even if your dealership is closed. I mean, maybe you're open, and maybe today because of the social distancing, your customers don't want to come inside of the dealership because they're afraid they're going to catch this thing. Well, if you have the digital retailing or the virtual showroom available, you can help alleviate that. You can also help to brand this in your marketing to give yourself a leg up on all the other competitors out there. Because I can tell you for sure, there's still people that are going to try to resist this, people that try to resist change. And if you are the one that are forward thinking and you look to implement this inside of your business, you are going to grab market share and you are going to be the one that leapfrogs everybody else in the marketplace. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And I'm actually going to be doing an interview very soon with a company out there that is involved in digital retailing and modern retailing, is doing a fantastic job. So I thought it'd be helpful for all of you to be able to hear that message and just kind of get an idea of what that looks like today in the automotive space. The other thing that everybody needs to be focusing on today, and for those of you that are on Cardone on demand, you have a great resource to be able to leverage here. It's get your people engaged on the phone. Right now, the phone is money. The phone is gold. It has been even before we walked into this, but now this is essentially your lifeline. So I know many of you had to make the transition to figure out how to route your phone lines to maybe different areas, maybe some of your salespeople's cell phones or to another remote location that you're working at. Not only is that super important, because look, I've been the one to call dealers recently and just hear the phone ring and ring and ring and ring and ring and not be transferred. I mean, there's opportunities there that you're missing. So you need to get ahead of that. You need to have a partner out there in the marketplace that's going to be able to support your phone system. If you're not on a voice over IP system, that's definitely something that you want to take a strong look at. And then you also want to make sure that you're monitoring your phone calls. You need to know today more than ever what is happening on these calls. Does there need to be management intervention? Are there certain people that need to be taking the calls and other people that need to be trained? The only way you're going to know that is if you have the capability to be able to listen to what they're saying and what's happening every single day, because you can't manage to what you don't know. So leverage your phones, make sure you're tracking all those calls. For those of you right now that are still continuing to spend money and to market your dealership, take a look at that spend and find out how you can allocate a portion of that for this phone tracking, because right now this is front and center. And really, to be honest, you should have this in your dealership every single day because it's extremely important. So we talked about modern retailing and digital retailing. We talked about the phones. And then the other thing is make sure your people are following up. There's still people inside of your CRM or inside of a sales cycle that were ready to buy a car before all this happened. Maybe they got dropped. Maybe in the beginning, they were ready to make a decision. Now they've been pushed back. They're still going to make a decision. They're still going to buy a vehicle. It just depends where they're going to be in the sales cycle, 30, 60, 90 days, because you want to stay front and center with your CRM. All of them today are web-based. So you need to get your people engaged. You need to get your people to focus on calling targeted customers to make sure when we do come out of this thing, which I think is going to be really soon now, you're going to be able to have a sales cycle. Because the worst thing that you can do is retract, not make the call, not do the follow-up, and then start back again when the dealer opens, at ground zero. You need to have deals working and deals moving. You need to reach out to your database and start calling all of your customers, letting them know what your current situation is, making them understand what the programs are in the marketplace, being able to pull a lot of people forward. I mean, there's so many things you can do, but the number one thing that's going to make all this work for you guys is going into action and realizing that when you are making this call today, you need to leverage empathy in the call, make sure people understand that you do care about their current situation, but also let you know that you're there for them in the community. So I hope you guys are doing that, and I hope you're leveraging those 3 different things to continue to get your business pressing forward. So 3 things that you can do to stay motivated. Motivation is not easy. I'm going to be the first one to tell you, if you don't have a daily ritual, if you don't have daily training in your life every single day, it's very easy to fall off the train. So I would encourage those of you that are on this show that have Cardone on demand, there's excellent content in that platform that every single day you can start your morning off with something positive, something to feed your brain with the great energy that you need to be focusing on right now. Because if you turn on the TV and you watch Fox News, you watch CNN, you watch CNBC, it's doom and gloom. They don't want to tell you anything positive. And the one thing that I can tell you is you can watch that all day long, but you can't do anything to change it. The only thing that you can do is control how you're reacting through this situation. So keep your mind right, train every single day. If you don't have Cardone on demand, right now we do have opportunity for individuals where you can purchase at a very affordable price. I believe it's like $97 now, an individual license of Cardone University, which has a lot of the same material inside of it. So if your dealership's not willing to invest in you, you need to take 100% responsibility and invest in yourself to make sure you have a vehicle to get you to the next level. You can also pick up a book, get an audio book, anything like that. If you check out our website right now, we have some amazing deals on some of our content that you can take advantage of, be able to put it in your car, put it into your iPhone, your Android, and listen to it during the day on the way to work. If you are still commuting or if you're at home, listen to it throughout the day. Keep your mind focused on positive things and don't get distracted with the noise. Number 2, you got to stay away from negative people. If you have negative people in your life, now is the time to cut them off. Unfortunately, sometimes those people can be in your family. So you need to be the one that's strong enough to be able to take responsibility for the tone in your household, to make sure that it stays positive, to be the one that's strong enough to get everybody wrapped around what you think about. So stay away from negative people, stay away from negativity, watch social media, be careful of what you read on there, because many times your friends are on social media and you're absorbing all of this garbage that they continue to put on there, and it could completely set you off. So many of us start off every single day by picking up the phone, looking at text messages, looking at emails, looking at our social media feed, and that can completely set you off on the wrong foot. So you need to start off with either, experiencing the gratitude that you have in your life. If you meditate, or listen to good motivational material. Even put some music on that gets you pumped up. Anything that's going to get you moving in the right direction. Number 2 thing that you can do to stay motivated is really sit down and reevaluate your goals and dreams. Figure out what is the most important thing in your life right now. Maybe some of your targets and goals have been shifted. Maybe some of your focuses have been shifted. So that's why you need to write your goals down every single day, because you need to stay present on what's important to you and what you're trying to accomplish. And like anything else in life, you're either growing or you're dying. And you want to be growing, you want to be moving forward. You want your goals to continue to change and to grow as well. So right now, it may just be, hey, I've been furloughed. I'm out of a job right now. I need to do whatever it takes to get back into the workforce. And how are you going to do that? You're going to make yourself stronger through this period. You're going to learn new skills. You're going to make yourself more marketable out in the marketplace because of the fact that you're going to bring value. So what would I be focusing on right now? I would be focusing on phones. I'd be focusing on how to conduct and host a virtual meeting. I would get comfortable in getting on social media and letting people know that you understand that, you know how to promote yourself. For all of you that aren't aware, at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Grant's actually going to have a live training. So it's 3 o'clock, grantcardone.com/training. You can go on that. He's going to be talking about how to move forward in uncertain times, how to be able to get a job in this marketplace, how to be able to move forward. And that's what's important. You need to continue to get yourself in front of information that's going to help you solve your problems. Don't retract. Continue to move forward. Do not give up. The only way in life that you can fail is if you quit. Because if you continue to fail forward and you continue to, go against the wall, eventually you're going to break through it and you're going to be stronger on the other side. And I know every single one of these shows that I've had in the past couple of months, I keep mentioning you got to break through the barriers of what holds you back in your life. And those are going to come through becoming uncomfortable, doing the things that you don't like to do. In the automotive industry, it's been great for the past, 8 to 10 years. And we've had a lot of showroom traffic. We've had a lot of inbound leads coming to us. Many of us have call reluctance. We don't want to pick up the phone. Many of us really don't follow up our customers properly. It takes 8 to 12 attempts just to engage somebody in a normal market. Who knows what that number could be today because people are distracted. So you need to, provide solid messaging to your clients, but also, provide value at the same time. So the third thing that you can do to continue to move through, an uncertain market and keep yourself motivated is find an accountability partner. Find somebody in your life that wants to commit to hold each other accountable to make sure that when you're having a bad day, the other person can lift you up. Or the other thing that you can do that's extremely important is to find a mentor. And we have a mentoring program here that we facilitate at Grant Cardone's office. It's $997, and every single week we go on and we mentor you on how to grow in your life. We're able to take your questions and help you be able to move to the next level. So that's something else that you might want to check out. I'll have some information that above in the feed as well if you want to check that out for yourself. So find a mentor, find an accountability partner, because you can't do it alone. No one has ever been able to be ultra successful or do anything great in life by themselves. You got to have a team. You got to have people to be able to support you to help you get to the next level. So I hope you guys are doing whatever it takes. I hope you guys are leveraging and following what we talk about in regards to the 10X rule. This becomes more and more relevant every single day now. So if you are a 10Xer and if you have read that book, and if you haven't had the chance to read it, now's the opportunity to pick that up. either, in an audiobook or ebook format for virtually nothing. You can read it and you can start to put 10x action into your life. It's the amount of phone calls that you have to make. It's the amount of things that you have to do to get a job right now. It's the things that you have to do to sell a car, to do whatever it is in your life to go to the next level. You got to always do more than what you think is reasonable. Also, another great book that you can pick up right now is Grant's If You're Not First, You're Last. He wrote this during the financial contraction back in 2008 when everything fell out, the bottom collapsed, and he was actually able to persevere through that. And he wrote that book with the focus on how to survive in difficult times. So if you can read that, go into it right now. If you start listening to it or reading the book, you're going to be like, man, he's talking to you in the moment, because it's so relevant for what we're experiencing today. So look, we've gone through tons of things in this country, and we've continued to prevail and to move forward. It's just, you got to go back in history and you got to look at how people before you were able to overcome obstacles and to move forward. So I hope this is bringing value to you every single week. And we would love to know maybe some of the topics that you would like to discuss on this show moving forward. So if you can jump in the chat and actually put some information in there that you'd like to have us discuss, we'd be more than happy to review that with you guys on the future shows that we have going on here. And then also, once we do open back up here our offices, we're going to continue with our workshops. We have a phone workshop that's amazing. We had one, I guess it was a couple months ago. It was amazing. We did role playing. We created scripts for businesses. We helped people really overcome their obstacles on the phone, and the results we got from that were unbelievable. We also have a 10X Automotive Academy that we have here in Miami as well. And we invite people to come out for that once we are able to announce what that date would be. So anybody that's on Cardone on demand, you can send 2 of your people for free. And then anyone else that's in the automotive industry, you can email me, jeff@grantcardone.com. I'd be more than happy to provide a deal for you to be able to come to that as well. We're also going to be having the 10X Sales Boot Camp, which is going to be coming up in July. We're super excited about that. So we're staying optimistic that we are going to get back to normal. We are going to be able to do these workshops. But even if something stops us, the only thing that can't be stopped is your will to persevere and your will to move forward. So if you got to do it virtual, do it virtual. If you got to do home delivery, do home delivery. So do whatever you need to do to be able to make it happen and to provide for you and your family. I hope you found this message relevant today. My name is Jeff Bounds, and this is the 10X Automotive Weekly. Take care.
Get ready, because this thing's coming. The economic epidemic that would literally touch every household in America. New beginnings are not negotiable. Everybody does them. I've done many of these. The economy, as you know, it's going to change. You will get through this. How long does it take you to get through it? And what does life look like for you on the other side?